First of all, to sanitize the feet, we put our wipes into squares like this and rest them on the middle and ring finger. And then we start just by gently applying the wipe so that your client gets used to the coldness of the wipe. So we do the dorsal aspect, then we do the plantar right down as far as the heel and the dorsal together, going between each toe. And sometimes people will have fluff on their feet depending on the socks that they're wearing. And then after that, we just go under the heel and do lateral and medial together. Use the pedal on the bin for hygiene, and then we take second set of wipes to do the other foot. So same thing again, just warn your client that it's going to be cold, and then apply one gently at a time, hand over hand. So you'll do this sanitizing of the feet after you've done the reading of the feet. Then do medial and lateral together. So before we start, just to show you on the foot the bony landmarks. So we have running down the center of the foot, on the center of the spine area, medial aspect of the foot, we have the medial longitudinal arch, which if we see on the foot, that runs from the inside, the medial aspect of the big toe, right the way down that arch to the heel. Medial longitudinal arch. Lateral longitudinal arch then is on the outside of the foot. You can see it running down the foot here. Transverse arch runs right across the dorsal aspect of the foot and the plantar. So to show you in relation to the bones where things are on the feet, so if we see the shoulder line, it begins where the phalanges begin. So this point here where the metatarsals meet the phalanges is the metatarsophalangeal joint, and that's this line here, which is the shoulder line. The next line we have is just below the heads of the metatarsals here, which is your diaphragm line or reflex. And you can see that here in this depression in the foot where we would treat the solar plexus is where we have our diaphragm line. What we're looking at here then, if you want to come around this side, we can see the bony prominence here, the bone part of the bone that sticks out, that's what we call a prominence of the fifth metatarsal, we can see sticking out here. Okay, and that is where we would have the waistline straight across from. Just feel that bone here, run across, that's the waistline. Then for the pelvic line, and sorry, just again for the waistline, you can see the waistline is where the tarsals meet the metatarsals. So that's what we characterize as the waistline. Kidney will be right down in the center of that between zone 2 and 3. Then if you run your hand down the side of the foot, you'll feel this bone in the calcaneus sticking out. And if you just go below that bone and draw a line straight across, that's your heel or pelvic line. So that's where we would have here, running right across the center of the calcaneus. So how you find it on foot is feel this bone sticking out here. Just come below it and straight across, and there's your pelvic line. So that is the bony landmarks and the mapping of the foot. We see toe 1 is zone 1, right the way down the foot. Second toe is zone 2, right the way down the foot. Zone 3, 4, 5. So that's how we divide the foot in their zones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shoulder line, diaphragm line, waistline, pelvic line. Okay, so you can pause that one and just put that up maybe as just the landmarks of the feet.